You discovered, you got involved in the news media, you found out about the comprehensive annual financial reports, and now what's happened? Because, again, you expose this, you expose the fact that this is an organized mafia criminal operation. Every city manager knows. I've had city managers in my studio on other issues, and I bring this up, and they get this big, giant smile and turn red.
And don't say a word.
And they won't say a word, and they just start laughing, you know, even though it's been, quote, patriots. One of them was a good guy who's fighting the NAFTA highways, and I brought this up, and he just laughed and turned red during the break and said, I'm not getting into that. So this is the big, delicious secret. So let's break it down.
Well, the beautiful part is it's actually not a secret. It's there in plain sight. The whole game was the silence is golden routine. Never talk about it, never mention it. No one would look, no one would think about it, no cognitive thought created. But I found out about this back in 1990. There was a governor who got elected by the name of Jim Florio in New Jersey on a new tax platform. As soon as he gets in, $2.8 billion tax increase. It was drafted by the prior administration, but he could have vetoed it. There were two DJs that were operating out of 101.5 FM in Trenton, John and Ken, who are now out in Los Angeles, the John and Ken Show. Well, they started doing rabble-rousing, saying, no, we can't do this to us, we got to stop it and repeal this tax increase. And I called into the show, just reading from the budget report at the time, 1990's budget report from New Jersey. They had $11 billion on budget, $6 billion off budget, service budget $17 billion, net available about $25.3 billion. And, you know, John and Ken goes, well, we have to stop this, they have so much money. And 10 of us got together and incorporated a group called Hands Across New Jersey. I took over looking at the budget, revenue, and finance, being a commodity trading advisor and dealing with numbers. You know, $1 or $10 billion. It's just a number where the population, oh my God, $10 billion, I can't even think there. My mind goes blank. Yeah, it's just a number. So I started looking at the budget report, and I noticed all the income from the autonomous agencies were not there. The interest, massive investment accounts I knew the state had were not there. I said, this is not the whole picture. The director of the budget, Richard Keevy, was on vacation that week. Didn't come back till the following Tuesday. I called his lower assistant. Hi, this is Walter Burien. I'm working on a report for Richard. I have to get it done by Tuesday. I need all the figures on the autonomous agency accounts, interest accounts, investment accounts. He goes, oh, you want the comprehensive annual financial report? Bing, first time I heard that before. And got it that Friday. I was only concerned with the bottom line numbers: total cash gross receipts, total investments. Total investments were $188 billion, just for the state government, Inc., not the cities, the counties, just the state. And I started looking for the gross income, total cash gross receipts. The number one question IRS asked in an audit. Found it on page 174 under cash additions. This shows the cumulative income for tax income, investment income, enterprise income, federal grants, whatever income the state had, just state government now, keep in mind. And the figure was approximately $83 billion. Now, that figure, when I saw it, I said, this is the definition of organized crime. Here they are promoting a $17 billion operating budget, and in the overall picture, they're bringing in $83 billion. And, you know, I started digging, and I found
I'll tell you what, stay there. You're digging, and then the rest is history. Stay with us.
Your natural organic herbal formula for heart health is Heart and Body Extract.
My name is Van, and I'm 68 years old, and I live in Vermont. In the spring of 2003, I started to have problems with my heart. It felt like my heart was pounding, made me feel breathless. I tried many different things to try to get some help for myself. Nothing did anything.
Heart and Body Extract is very powerful, very effective, and works quickly.
I saw one of Sharon's ads and ordered Heart and Body Extract. I noticed a difference quickly, within days. The episodes became less frequent, and by a month had completely vanished.
Usually you find a 30-day or 60-day guarantee. Heart and Body Extract comes with a lifetime 100% ironclad money-back guarantee. Details at hbextract.com or call 866-295-5305. Call 866-295-5305. 866-295-5305 for Heart and Body Extract.
The question is, where should the American people draw their line in the sand?
What have we got? A republic or a monarchy?
A republic is based on a constitution which protects minority rights.
Not democracy, not mob rule, two wolves and a sheep voting on what's for dinner.
So they think they own our land, they think they own our water, children, our education, our money.
We have to define who we are and what we will tolerate.
Somebody's going to ask you what you did during the Patriot Uprising.
You have been warned.
We have the facts. We have the Constitution. We have the Bill of Rights. We have common law. Knowledge is power, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm so excited to be able to offer you Don't Tread on Me, Rise of the Republic. Tyranny is upon us, but liberty and the sleeping giant that is the American people is rising. A new tool in the info war. Don't Tread on Me. Order it at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139 and support independent, patriotic Liberty films.
You worry. You see the signs and worry about the future. You worry about economic turmoil and food shortages. How to be prepared while preserving your sanity. Your answer may be at hand. Author Linda Runyon lived off the land, isolated from civilization. She knows that as long as the sun shines, there will be plenty of free food all over God's green earth. Perhaps the only sane insurance is knowledge of wild edible plants. The cost of learning is minimal. Wild food grows everywhere, and you will see it everywhere. It's every bit organic and more nutritious than our modern diets. Well respected in her field, Linda's approach to teaching this subject includes books, flashcards, and video with an emphasis on health, safety, practicality, and joy. Learn how to identify it, where and when to find it, how to prepare, use, and store it. Go to Linda's website, ofthefield.com, and take advantage of special offers. Or if you're not online, call her 24-hour toll-free order line at 888-51-EAT-FREE. That number again, 888-51-EAT-FREE. A little knowledge makes starvation impossible.
Folks, we got to get angry again. They always tell us, settle down, don't get angry. You're supposed to get mad. You're supposed to get angry. Walter Burien is the first person to talk about the comprehensive annual financial report. I mean, now they've had the former auditor of the Air Force come out and say it's a great idea. They've had governors come out and talk about, hey, let's use all this investment surplus to fund everything, similar to what goes on in Alaska. So it's really gained ground. And I've been to a lot of political events. I've seen C-SPAN calls. I've seen the governor of Texas questioned about it. These giant slush funds of money that is off budget. So you only hear about the budget. Oh, there's no money in the budget for potholes. There's no money in the budget for schools. There's no money in the budget for state teacher pensions or police pensions. Meanwhile, they have all these separate investments, and universities have got them, school districts, water districts, tens of thousands of government institutions, more than tens of thousands. And Walter's got all those numbers. So, Walter, you're investigating. You're looking at this. You're fighting tax increases in New Jersey on the talk radio, and then you get a copy of the big kahuna, the hidden in plain view, comprehensive annual financial report. Go ahead.
Now, I got a copy of that report, and I called the two DJs, John and Ken from 101.5, and I said, John, I got the holy grail of accounting in my hands, the state's comprehensive annual financial report. Let's go live on the air. He goes, well, come on down to the studio, and we'll see. Went down to the studio, showed him the report. He goes, yep, this is it. And I showed him the bottom line numbers. He goes, ooh. So for the next hour, we sat there reading out the bottom line numbers with me giving out analogies. That was the last live radio interview that station did. They were doing live interviews every single day, 2 or 3 a day. But when I came up with the comprehensive annual financial report and started qualifying the scope and degree of the money that was being held by the state, and went live on the air, and 101.5 had about 5 to 7 million listeners daily. They got calls from their sponsors, pharmaceutical companies, large construction groups, other different companies. If you ever let that guy on the air again, you're going to lose all of our sponsorship. Now, that ended any live interview. The reason they called was, they were quite aware of how much money was involved and how much money was flowing through governments, cities, counties, states. And a lot of them had, there was a lot of grease on the skids, and they were getting millions of dollars, if not hundreds of millions of dollars, that the public didn't even know existed in the first place. And
because government was investing the tax money with them.
And spending the tax, no, it's not just tax money. When you look at the comprehensive annual financial report, about 1/3 of the gross income is tax income. The other portion is broken up primarily. The primary income now is investment income.
Yes.
And then tax income comes second, and the third is enterprise group income. So when you see a budget report, these budget reports are selectively created to show where tax income is brought in and tax income is spent. So you go over a budget report with a fine-tooth comb, and it looks like government's surviving on tax income. When you look at the annual financial report, you see a whole different world. You know, you can have a state saying, oh, we're $700 million short on a budgetary basis. We're going to have to raise taxes.